are you today? Here's the thing. I recently saw the worst film I've ever seen. And I was truly devastated. This film did not get a theatrical release. It's a bit unfair for me to critique it as if it was a, regular old film, but who cares? This film was recommended to me by someone in my life, and I thought it would be this is the worst film I've ever seen, and I've been leading you on long enough. This is a film by the name of Bad Ben.
There it is. Not bad for a sheriff.
Why wouldn't they take their personal belongings with them? Stop it!
I can't believe those words left my mouth. I saw this film yesterday, and I immediately wanted to pour battery acid into my ears and into my eyes.
There it is. Not bad for a sheriff.
So let's discuss this film in great detail. I took some extensive, as you can...
Stop it!
These are the reasons why this is the worst film I've ever seen. What the fuck? So unfortunately, my keyboard's battery has died, so I'm unable to bring up any information on my desktop PC. However, do not lose hope yet, my fellow humans. We now have computers in our pockets. I know it's gonna feel a little bit different. And I'm sorry about that. I'm of course using Bing, the Microsoft Edge app. On Rotten Tomatoes, Bad Ben has... and the audience score is 50%. For some reason. I guess half of the world is full of Bad Ben. More like bad. This man is the one responsible for this atrocity on mankind. Nigel Bach is... I'm on Wikipedia right now because directed by Nigel, written by Nigel, screenplay by Nigel, produced by Nigel, starring Oh, thank you. I got a wonderful, lovely text from the person that recommended this shit show to me.
Not your home. Well, I got news for you. It is my home.
Then if you look further on Wikipedia in the films section, you're like, what? Films? There's one film, correct? There are 11 films. Here are them in order of release date. There's Bad Ben, Steelmanville Road, which is a prequel to Bad Ben, Batter Ben, also known as Batter Ben, The Final Chapter, Bad Ben, The Mandela Effect, that was released in 2018. We're going on Bad Ben 5 here, is The Crescent Moon Clown. Then the sixth film is called Bad Ben, The Way In. Well, I'm looking for The Way Out right now. Bad Ben, The Haunted Highway. Released in 2020. Bad Ben Pandemic. I lost count at this point. The next one is Bad Ben Benign. Bad Ben Eulogy. And then the last one, Bad Ben Undead. Oh, and there was also a game. Nigel provides his voice for the game's protagonist. Wow, that's That's wonderful.
Here's the tablet that controls the security system.
I saw an interview by a channel called Dread Central. He was basically asked about how the first film was made because it's developed a cult following, and he was basically saying that
I don't know if you know the backstory. I wasn't even supposed to be in it. Originally, what happened was I had hired 6 actors, but one by one, as the date approached to start shooting in May of 2016, they dropped out. So I said, you know what? I'll be the person in this house.
So the first shot of the movie is like, if I was filming like this, get the massive black bars on either side of the screen, and it looks like shit.
I'm on my way from settlement. As you can see, the weather's not the greatest. It's a nice rainy day.
There was no script. Scripts are...
He's basically some guy you'd see at a gas station. He's just some guy, and it's very evident by his performance.
Stop it!
Just to be fair, for the last 20 minutes of the film, I was like in and out of consciousness, because I was so bored. Well, I am an alcoholic, so my drinking problem might attribute to that a little bit. But basically, in terms of the basic plot, it's this guy, there's this truck driver looking guy named Tom Riley. And now I'm finding out his name is Tom Riley because I did not know that throughout the whole movie. Basically, he buys this house and he plans to make it like an Airbnb or something. He goes into this house and he's like, oh, the last owner left all their furniture here. That's kind of goofy. You pan and you see like it's very long, like dragged out shots of everything. It's all filmed on like an iPhone 4. The film doesn't even open with like a producer name or producer credit or anything or any. It doesn't even open with like a directed by or like a film by Nigel. Everything visual, technical, you know, the editing, the lighting, the way shots are framed, sometimes it's just horrendous, laughably bad. I when he walks into this house, you see everything. It's a decent looking, like regular, you know, one family house.
There's probably a couple $1,000 worth of stuff in here I can sell. Man, that's the oldest Bible I've ever seen.
You could tell that this man's day job is not screenwriting.
Okay.
And then he keeps walking around and he finds like, you know, a cross on the wall and like this like picture of Jesus and a holy Bible, and he's like,
so the electric company told me they'll have power turned on in a couple hours. In the meantime, it's getting dark and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm also going to get rid of these signs of religion so that this house I'm going to flip is politically correct.
There was no script. Scripts are...
He takes it out like to a garbage can outside and throws it out. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm so bored.
Sorry, no offense towards anybody. It's just...
This film is an hour and 26 or 28 minutes long. I was like, dude, this film feels like I'm rewatching the Snyder Cut or something. Make your own future. You just get so tired and like, dude, come on, move to the next thing. And it just gets very painful after a little while. Like I wanted to get up and punch myself in the face 30 times. And our main character, Tom, already fucking forgot his last name. Our main character opens the door to the basement because he hears something weird. And this is the worst example of white protagonist telling the killer where he or she is by opening the door and saying,
Hello?
I understand, like, you know, you need to build tension in some way in a horror movie, but, like, the genre of the movie, it's supposed to be horror, but it's not scary, it's boring. You know, there's literally a scene where a ghost closes the door on him while he's in the front porch. He has the keys to get back in, but instead he chooses to be like, oh, fuck my...
Yo, dude, my house got broken into again. And the cops were here, and they walked through the house, and they're looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Fuck my life. God damn it.
I didn't even finish explaining the premise. I'm sorry. So, the plot. He gets this house. There's a bunch of stuff that's left there by the previous owner, and he keeps smelling weird smells, so he has to, like, spray it with some Febreze or Windex or whatever the fuck.
Okay, all the air freshener in the world is in hell.
And then eventually he feels like there's someone that keeps breaking into his house and tinkering with shit. So he puts up cameras around in every room of his house. He basically records everything, and somebody who's also watching the cameras tells him that there's a ghost and that there's no one there, it's just a ghost.
What do you mean? Zach, the furniture couldn't have moved by itself. Somebody had to be in there. Hey, God damn. Dude, how the hell is this possible? What the fuck is going on? When? Where?
So in the end, Mr. Tyler, or what's his name? Phil, or one of them white names, Tom, has to fight and defeat his evil ghost people in his house because they're messing with his life, and yeah. A fat chunk of the film is basically just handheld footage, because this is a found footage movie. Basically handheld footage of Mr. Phil going around his house and just recording shit for the sake of recording shit.
The hell? Hello? Oh, come on.
He's just looking for stuff to sell on eBay, and he looks on the ground and he finds this bag with a bloody condom in it, or a bloody towel.
What the fuck is this? Holy shit, I probably shouldn't be touching this stuff. It's probably evidence. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, that's great. No wonder I couldn't find a knife in that.
Quick PSA to people that purchase secondhand things. I'm all for reducing, reusing, recycling, reselling, whatever. Do not buy weird miscellaneous ghost items off of eBay because you have no idea. Maybe freaking Nigel Bach shoved one of those items up his ass. And then he goes back into this house like,
Who's in here, damn it?
Hey, god damn it! What the fuck? Who's in here? God damn it!
Stop it.
Then apparently he found Ben's gravesite, and he was like kicking over the cross on the gravesite and the rocks around it because, you know, to make the ghost mad or whatever.
I don't know if you can see that, but it says Ben in this thing. That's going on. I hope you were a family pet. Unfortunately, I don't want anybody finding this shit.
He brings the toy back to his house, and he films it on a table like this. And there's like a DirecTV remote under the toy. He says, "Ben, are you here?"
Show you something I found out. Remember this? But watch what happens. Ben, were you a human? Get the fuck out of here. Ben, did you used to live in this house? You're fucking kidding me. Ben, did somebody hurt you? Holy fuck.
I don't know why that was handled in that manner. There was a scene where Clarence is on the phone, and he's sitting at a chair in the kitchen, and he's talking to this chick. I guess he's like asking, "Oh, they should have, before I purchased this house, they should have told me that it was haunted."
Actually, I looked up the previous owners, and do you know what I found? Their obituaries. They both died here. Actually, they were both murdered here. But wait, you're telling me you only have to tell me of a violent death or murder if I ask? I mean, who thinks to ask a question like that? That's bullshit.
He's like going off on this chick on the phone. Why do you put this stuff in the movie? Why is this film written this way?
There was no script.
Yes, I know what caveat emptor means. Do you know what go fuck yourself means? Oh, fuck you, you fucking whore!
When a movie is like this, where there's only one character, one setting, you need to be in love with who you're watching. You need to root for them. You need to be able to sympathize with them. You need to be able to identify with what they're going through. And you just simply cannot in this movie.
You don't scare me. If you want me out of here, you better do more than paint and dirt.
Now what are you gonna do? You could.
He goes into the attic and he finds this like urn with like voodoo dolls and stuff.
Oh boy. Do I want to know?
It's done so...
This is just more than an intelligent mind can handle.
There's even a scene where he's in bed and he wears the same outfit to bed every day because of budgetary constraints. He gets visited by the ghost, and the ghost beats him up like... And he goes to the bathroom crying with blood leaking down his face, and he's crying but not crying. You know how like terrible actors, when they're like in movies crying but like they're just making a weird face and making weird weepy sounds but no tears are coming out and it's just awkward. after he gets beat up, he goes back to the garbage and he grabs his cross and the Bible and the picture of Jesus.
The Lord's Prayer. Right where it belongs. Deal with it.
And he walks around the house holding his phone or his camera like this. He's recording himself walk around his house. And he says, I have it written here. He says, this is no longer your home.
This is no longer your home. It's time for you to cross over. Peace awaits you there. This is no longer your home. It's time for you to cross over. Peace awaits you there. This is no longer your home. It's time to cross over. Peace awaits. This is no longer your home.
And he says it, and it progressively gets louder and louder and louder, and he says it like 30 fucking times. Then in the end, it's like, oh, all is good. The ghost is gone. Whatever.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I banish you.
And then he ends up going to the basement and opening the door that could never be opened, and he sees like blood and stuff and like a dead body or something.
This is it. This is it. It's you and me this time.
And it's the funniest thing ever. So I just want to wrap this up by saying, let me just say, this is the worst film I've ever seen. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I also just want to say that if you aspire to make a film, do it. Do it. But be fucking competent. You know, I think it's worth it to mention that this film was watched and reviewed for the purposes of fulfilling someone's recommendation. But I will no longer, ever be taking film recommendations from any of you. This is the worst film I've ever seen.
I'm not scared. I'm a Christian. You can't hurt me.
I will not be doing this anymore. So thank you for your wonderful and continued support. So I'm going to go out and enjoy life. I think I'm done now. Take care of yourselves. Go the distance. Keep your dick in your pants. And never watch Black Adam.